Hey everybody, it is Monday night, February 12th, 2018, and wanted to go over a sequence that I have talked about quite a bit over the years, especially in recent years, and one that admittedly has taken a little bit of grief in the industry, and I will accept that. But it's my way of trying to put a name to a very high probability sequence that comes on the heels of a trend day, and that is, wait for it, many of you will know what I mean here. It is the catcher's mitt sequence. And by catcher's mitt sequence, I mean basically catching the liquidating traders' trades into wholesale positions that allows you to exit back in the retail flow for a profit. You can call it a channel trade. Name it whatever you want. I like the term catcher's mitt, frankly, because it gives me the visual of literally catching a falling pop-up ball or catching a curveball from a pitcher, where you just have your mitt underneath you and you just let it come to you. And so, I've had some fun with it over the years, but I actually wanted to show you a live sequence today. And this is on the heels of a trend day. I think the Dow was up, some 450 points, something like that. And you can see the analog clock resetting here. So I'm going to do this fairly quickly. And I realized after I captured this that the main 3-minute chart in the middle is not going to move until I fix it later. Okay, but basically you see I'm coming in a long 10 contracts. And I bought those 10 right at the close. Right at the close. You can see my average of 52.50, right? And the idea is to catch anything in the 50 to 52 range, maybe even 53 or higher, and then escape back into the pop back towards 60. Okay, so this may happen pretty quickly, and I'm going to walk you through it. Get volume profile to the left for the RT session. 30-minute, 15-minute charts to the far left. The 30-minute is key. You're still in a 30-minute uptrend on the close. Look what all these liquidating traders did at the end of the day, bailing under 50 in some cases, right into rising VWAPs, points of controls, 30-minute trend lines, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to walk you through this as this takes on. There's two things I would have done differently looking at this again, so bear with me. I'm going to tell you exactly what those were, but these are real trades. Okay, so I'm long 10. And the idea basically is to get long as much as I can on the reopen, right? And still protecting myself in case this doesn't go my way. Okay, and you probably heard some alarms in the background. Those are various triggers that I have at my end. So right now I'm actually expecting a pop over 54 pretty quick. Okay, so you see I'm now long 25. I put another 15 on, and I'm going to try to get long heavier here. You see I've got exits back up at 56 or so, right? You'll start putting some other exits in. And if you're watching this after the fact, which you are, you may know what happens next because it does not pop up right away. But that's okay. I'm still managing my risk two ways. I'm managing it with size, and I'm managing it with, you'll see here, if this thing starts getting near 52 again or breaks this immediate range, the opening range, I'm going to lighten just to manage my risk. And if the premise holds true, and the jellies, you guys know this, right, guys and gals, that if the premise holds true, the trade remains valid. So if there's a scratch, it's a pause and a re-entry, and it can't be a stop. I hate that term stop, right? But it is a risk management control. In my opinion, again, as long as the premise for the trade, the reason you get in the trade, as long as that's valid, there's no reason to get out of that trade, okay? So basically, my premise on this is a hold above 50. I mean, look at those tails. Look at those wicks. If you had a candle chart, you'd see it even more clearly. But look at those at the very end of the day there. So I'm expecting. I've seen this 1,000 times, folks, and it's just something that I will take every single time. Will it pay all the time? No, but it pays over 75% of the time. I don't have statistics to back that up. All I can tell you, I've been trading for years, and I can tell you that works. Okay, and it works more times than not. And if you manage it well, and if you're heavier the times that it goes in your direction than the times it doesn't, then you're fine. Remember, you can trade far less than 50% probability as long as you're managing size. And heavier when it's there, then you're fine. Okay. So anyway, for those statisticians that are looking for stats, I'm sorry, I don't have them. I can point to years of P&Ls, okay, but you just have to know the rhythm of this thing, okay. So I'm long. What am I long? 30 here, right? Right. And I'm looking to add. I'm looking for any confirmation of this thing hanging in there, basically, right? Again, bear with the alerts, okay? Okay. And this sequence is only it's less than a half hour old as I'm recording this, okay? So I'm watching this. I'm watching this. I'm watching this. I'm watching this, right? You can also see on the right SSO. I am actually long 2,000 shares. I did the same thing. I bought at the close. I bought actually late in the day there, and I'm just holding. And now I'm flipping over to time and sales. I like to see time and sales during Globex. I actually like it the one better one that's black in the background because you can really see the green and red better. But nevertheless, this gives me what I want to see. Okay. Okay. So what have I got here? I got MACD basically trying to turn green but below zero line. I've got my algo center down below, pretty much all red, but that's okay. I do have one time frame it's in my direction, and I'm all right with that. And again, I'm going to manage with risk here. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm lightening my load by 10 at 52, right? So I'm lightening my, don't pay any attention to the P&L, folks. It doesn't make any difference. That doesn't matter, okay? So I lighten my load. I'm expecting a little probe here, and then I move right back up. Now, if I don't get it, I'm just going to ease my way out of that 20 and reload if it holds, and reload into the Asia Open at 7 o'clock. Okay, because sometimes you don't get that move until 7 o'clock. You gotta come down a little bit, and then Asia opens, and then Asia will take you where it's going to take you. Okay, all right. So it held. It held. So I scratched 10 at 52, and now I put it right back on at 52.50. All right. And now my premise is a clear 52, sub 52. I don't really want to be in this trade. So I'm going to put bids out there, and you'll see in a second, I believe, I'm going to put a stop under that opening range, under 51.75. Okay. Now, why am I showing you these, folks? Again, this goes back to the trading after dark stuff we did years ago, and the live stuff. I want to make this stuff practical. This is by no means meant to be perceived as or distributed as, look what Don does. Again, as I said in the last one, Don can mess trades up with the best of them. All right, but I want to put a visual to this because I talk about this a lot. It's in the jelly definition page. I've taught this for years, and you've got to have certain conditions in place, of course. You've got to have a good, strong trend day, and the idea is that if the market just spent 8, 10, 12 hours building a substantial day, it's not going to undo itself unless it's a Friday, right? It's not going to undo itself in 30 or 60 minutes. It's just not. So you got to be smart about it, manage risk, but take advantage of it as much as you can. Okay. This is gold. This is really gold, and I'm not exaggerating. If you know how to do this, and the key is you got to get conviction. You got to have conviction with this. You've got to burn the pattern in your head like any other pattern that you trade. You just have to know, and you have to have the confidence and conviction. And you may have people telling you you're crazy. You may have people telling you to stop talking about the catcher's mitt. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to trade it because I want you to see this. I want you to see this. I know how to trade this. I want you to know how to trade this. Okay? This is a free video. Okay? No strings attached. I'm trying to give you something. Okay. All right. So here I go. I'm continuing to add. You got a nice pop. You got continuation up. I got a nice little arrow on my. That's my MACD crossover signal, right? I got delta divergence or delta cum delta up top going green, right? So I'm expecting a move toward, I don't know, who knows, 56, 57, right? And you see I've got my cells up top. And you see I got my stops. I've been blobbing here. You see my stops down below, right? So that'll take me, I think I put those in when I had 30 on maybe. So that would have taken me out 2/3. The higher this goes, the less I'm concerned about it because the odds that they're going to hit are pretty lame. And now I'm even lifting some of my offers. I'm trying to get as much as I can on the bid. I don't want to pay up a whole lot. I am careful about what price I'm paying for this stuff, okay? I'm going to create a mini outlier here, right? 375. Create a little mini outlier, right? And you'll see the error coming up here in a second here. I'm going to buy 375 again. They want to sell that. Is the market a long or a short? Is it a buy or a sell? It's a buy right now, right? As long as it holds the mid premise at 52. All right. So now, do I get filled? I don't know. I got delta on my side. That's huge. That's huge. Huge. Right? Got my arrow. Got my MACD crossover. I got my 30-minute trend line far left in there. I even got all the point of control and rising VWAP for all you volume profile folks. Right? Now, what I want to do is I want to snag 54. I want to snag 54. And I think, okay, so do I get 10 off? Okay, I get 10 off. Right? I want more. I want more. Right? 73, I forget how long I eventually get here. I think that's all I end up getting, unfortunately. And now it's just a waiting game. It's just a waiting game. Bounce, 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 up, down. Not a big deal, right? And I will show you, I promise I will show you one that does not work one of these days, okay? So before I get the trolls saying, well, he's just cherry picking the one that worked, I will find one over time in the future. I will find one that doesn't work, okay? And hopefully I won't throw up all over myself, all right? But this was as classic as it gets, and I know I've tweeted from time to time that I mean, sometimes these things they go on runs. I mean, 7, 8, 9, 10 times in a row where they will work, and the few times they don't work, just again, it's not about, gee, this one worked. It's about, okay, here's the pattern, here's the reason, trade it effectively, and if it doesn't work, fine, move on, take it as a cost of business, and move forward. Okay. So one of the things you don't see here now is the analog clock, but you do see the executions firing off here. So I thought, I guess it's going to be in a minute here. I really want to get more as this thing starts to climb. What I'm doing here is I'm basically getting time on my side. I get time on my side. It's proving that any selling is likely done, right? So I'd like to get heavier here. I think this is where I miss it. I'm going to try to get 20. I try to get 20. Look at that. I missed it. I missed it. That is going to be costly. And that lonesome guy is going to end up sitting there for a while. I missed it. Okay. So I'm gonna take some off here. I'm expecting a move toward 57, but yeah, I'll take the 55s. I'll take the 55s, right? Still long 50, climbing, still long 50. Get 6, just playing wholesale liquidity provider, right? 43 still 38 still, right? Right, I'll take it off. You wanna buy up here? I'm not sure I would buy up here. I would be a seller up here, right? And if this thing goes to 2670, fine. There'll be a different sequence, different time frame. Okay. What am I long here? I got to squint. 28, right? Down to 23. Let's see. What else do I get here? 23. I still got my 20 sitting at 54. I will take that. I will buy. I think I move it up to 4.25 here in a second because I want that. Look at the chart, the 1 minute chart, right? And again, I apologize. The 5 minute chart is not moving, or the 3 minute chart is not moving. I didn't realize that. I was so focused on the dome and focused on the 1 minute and the 30 minute that I wasn't even watching the 3, other than my nice MACD crossover. So I apologize here. I think in a minute or two, I actually will move it. So again, it's just basically a waiting mode right now. Right. And by the way, as I am recording this, ES is now down at 52. It went sub 52. So I'm going to have to cut the recording here quick and consider another entry into Asia, okay? But again, look at where the chart is now, and it's going to be, after the sequence is over, it's going to be back down at 52, okay? Folks, again, I've really tried hard over the years to provide something that is unusual and that's needed in the industry, and I've probably done a better job at times than others, and I appreciate your indulgence as we've done some things that maybe haven't worked as well. But I've gotten a lot of requests and feedback on the Trading After Dark stuff. I'm getting back into this rhythm. I'm very focused in terms of moving ahead. And I want to do some more of these for my own trade reviews, as well as anyone who wants to look over my shoulder. So I hope you find this helpful. Please understand the reason I'm doing this. If you go back to the Trading After Dark site and read all the introductory stuff there, please understand why I'm doing this. Okay, it's to try to give you some tools and techniques. And I know some people, as I said in the last video, are going to say, hey, why are you telling people this? Because they're all going to be fighting for it, and you're not going to. I don't care, because I know that there are always going to be people bailing. I always know there are going to be people without the conviction, and I will trade it. I will trade it. If it reduces the availability of sequences, on a market, Globex open like this, so be it. So be it, okay? Learn from this. Please, 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 please. We're in this together. I've tried to lift you up over time. You folks have lifted me up in the last couple of weeks. Let's work this together. Let's work this together, okay? Am I realizing about now that my 3-minute chart's not moving? I don't know. I still have my 20 stop. You see that, right? I still am bidding 20 at 4.25. That's not a spoof. I want that. Okay. And I've got 18 above. I got delta. Now you can see the delta turn even better, right? You can see the delta turn even better. Time of sale certainly just kind of giving me a little bit of a visual. I said the other day that I've actually changed my dome so that I've gone from a black background to a white background. I really like the white background because I can see what last price traded is. In this case, it's 55.75. So right now, basically, we are waiting. We are waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Patience is, repeat after me, right? Patience is a virtue. There we go. We've moved the 3-minute chart. See? Congratulations, Don. You're paying attention. Right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. See what happens here. Anyway, as I was saying, you folks have lifted me up. I appreciate that. Here's a little bit of return. Here's a little bit of return for what you folks have done for me over the past couple of weeks. Right? Guy's off his game a little bit. He knows he can do this. Sometimes you just need someone. Sometimes you just need some folks. And I can't tell you how much email I got. And it's comforting. It really is. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm 56. Right? I'm human. I'm human. Okay. So what are we looking at here? We wait still. Just a matter of patience, Let the market do its thing. Let the markets do its thing. Ooh. Wow, market traded down to 49 as we're recording this. As I'm doing the voice narration, I should say, sorry. I'm doing the voice narration as the market's trading. So the market traded sub 50 after this sequence, right? So this is all it is. It's not a swing trade. Not a swing trade. It's a sequence. It's a date. It's not a marriage. Okay? So, taking it out into the pop. Got 8 to go. Got 3 out, 5 out. Bang. And hopefully I will cancel all the remaining order. Sequence is over. Again, as I am doing the voice narration here, ES is finally popping up. But it traded sub 50. Okay. I hope you find this helpful. I hope you find it useful. The catcher's mitt sequence. Okay. Love y'all. Take care. Bye.